Hello, my darlings. Mama Lou here, and welcome back to the channel where you get to come and hang out with me, Mama, and we can have a little chat with the universe. Like always, I love you to pieces. You are all welcome here, just the way you are, but I also have to tell you the messages I get, so some of them maybe super positive and awesome, but some of them may be a little tough lovish. So I just like to let everybody know that beforehand. Before we get started as well, if you want to do the YouTube-y things, the likes-y, the subscribes, and all that other stuff. If you like more short form, you can check me out on Mama Lou Tarot on TikTok. And if you're driving around in your car and you want to listen to this as a podcast, I do have Mama Lou's Modern Tarot on Spotify if you'd like to do that. So yeah, all that said and done, I had a couple messages that came through and I wanted to get them out. We already started pulling from the Mixtape Oracle. Anybody who's asking, yes, I am trying to get this published. If I can't get it published, then I will be doing a small batch order. So if you want to be put on the wait list for the small batch order, feel free to email me at mamaloutarot@gmail.com and I'll put you on the wait list for it. But fingers crossed that a publisher decides to help me out and pick it up and do that fun stuff. Oh, they're flopping now. Okay, these ones are not. Which ones are these? Okay. Okay, so we got a couple that came out. We got 3. I'm just going to go with those and see if it helps me get these messages that I have coming in right now. Is that, yeah, okay. Also, happy full moon if you guys celebrate. I had a wonderful ritual last night. It was awesome. And yeah, feeling pretty good about it. So let's get started. The first song that we got is The Greatest Man That Ever Lived by Weezer. Oh baby, I've been told I'm going crazy. Oh baby, well I can't be held down. This is about believing in yourself, the law of attraction, manifesting, and influence. Caution, don't let your head stay in the clouds. So this is about being realistic, but also keeping your eye on that prize, because I'm really getting here about being careful not to lose focus, being careful not to lose momentum. It's easy if we see like a little win and, you know, celebrate those little wins. And then when we don't get another one for a little while, then we're just like, oh, maybe that was just a fluke, you know, or maybe that was just something, you know, maybe that was just an oddball out there, and then start getting in those negative talks like maybe this isn't going to happen for me, you know, maybe this is disappointing for me, and you can start being like, well, maybe I need to fall back on old ways, something like that, because yeah, you got the 6 of Pentacles. It's like you're sitting there waiting for these scales to figure out what they're going to do. Have you ever like stood on like a electronic scale or something, and like the numbers just keep moving and moving and moving. You're like, okay, where is it going to land? What's going to happen? Or I guess even at the doctor's office, those ones are more, you know, picturesque, where, you know, they're pushing the little thing over and then they do the teeny tiny slide until they get it just right. It kind of feels like you're kind of waiting to see where things land. And it feels like you should, because don't change anything right now. Don't do anything different right now. Get the results. And then if you need to adjust or pivot or do anything like that, then do it. But find out where you stand before you start adjusting too much. That's kind of an odd message. It's meant for someone. So, but yeah, there's something here about things needed to be in balance so that you can see it clearly, so that you can realize, realize a little bit more, with a little bit more clarity. It's not guesswork. You're not just assuming things, because, you know, they made that saying for a reason. Don't assume, you know, because it really can. And this feels also like, with the full moon especially, this feels very much like you got to stay in that positive mindset. The song literally is The Greatest Man That Ever Lived. He's talking himself up and he's saying positive affirmations about how awesome he is. Great song. Rivers Cuomo. Adorable. Amazing. Whole Weezer. don't get me started on Weezer. I can go on for a long time. But this is definitely like, if you are in the middle of manifesting something, or if you are focusing on a project for work, or maybe a new business idea, or maybe an art project, or maybe you're starting to write a new song, or create a blog, or I don't know what. It feels a little creative for some reason when I see these. It looks like little artwork pieces and stuff. So it feels like it's something that you are, doing here. It could even be school project, something like that, where if you can really focus on this and realize that you need to believe in it first, others will follow. You believe in it first, the universe will follow. You believe in it first, your friends, family, everybody else will follow. That's kind of what I'm getting here. It's very focused on the law of attraction, manifesting, things like that. But it also is, because the part about the caution is, don't get ahead of yourself, because that's where, problems lie, and that's where that whole assume thing comes from. So find out where things sit. Give it the time it needs to simmer before you just are 2 days into trying to manifest something and it doesn't show up right away. You can't just give up then. You need to keep moving. You need to keep working. Pentacles are about doing the work. You're given an opportunity of an Ace of Pentacles. It doesn't stop there. You have to take that opportunity and feed it and nurture it and give it what it needs and, hone it. Because, you got the Five of Cups. Don't start looking back now. Don't start regretting now. Don't start second guessing yourself. None of that info. Because, man, these are awesome. Because Queen of Pentacles is coming. And Queen of Pentacles is sure of herself. She is committed to what she wants. She's committed to making her environment exactly what she wants. She is just focused. And she's a little zen, especially in this deck. She looks rad as shit. She is no, I'm cool. I know whatever is going to come, and it's going to come in the right time, and it's going to come in the even better way than I expected it. So I'm just going to sit here and wait, because I have done everything I needed to do. I have put in all my energy. I have done the work. I've done the planning. I've done all this. Once you reach that Queen of Pentacles stage, she's kind of just waiting for, okay, weigh out the scales. But she's not fretting about it. She's not freaking out about it. She's not worrying over something that she knows that doesn't matter how much she worries, it's not going to change the outcome. And that's kind of what I get. Because, then you get the Star. Dreams come true, being seen, being noticed. Like I was saying at the beginning about, you believe first, others will follow. That's kind of this energy here. Stay focused on what it is you're doing. You stay focused because it's your dream, it's your wish, it's your hopes, it's your life. You need to be the biggest supporter of it before anybody else can be the biggest supporter of it. It needs to come from within, and it needs to come from a very raw and open space. A lot of times on the Star, she's just naked before the universe, just absorbing in with all of her senses and letting all of that emotion, she's pouring these different cups, and she's just kind of being 100% honest with yourself. It's kind of like that whole, you got to be real with yourself. If you can't be real with yourself, then how is anybody else supposed to take anything you say for, much more, much more than just whatever, whim or something. This feels very, very concentrated. Like you are just saying that I am words. You are, when in your mind's eye, you're seeing that you already have it. It's all of those feelings. It's actually a really cool message. So again, whatever this is, just try to wait without worrying. Be the Zen Queen of Pentacles. If you know you've already put the energy in, if you know you've done everything that you can, if you know you've done the work, and you're just kind of in that, okay, where am I at? Because if it is your dream and the weight or the scales are just a little bit off, guess what? If it's your dream, you'll adjust. You'll adjust because it's still your dream. Doesn't matter if it doesn't take off the first time, or if it doesn't take off, or if someone, you get rejected by something. It feels like you're just like, oh, whatever, I got other options. That's the attitude you need to have. You need to always be having solutions. Don't make more problems on top of tiny little problems, you know, the whole mountains out of molehill things. If this is truly your life purpose, your you know, northern path, whatever you follow, just do it. There's nothing to worry about if you know you've done everything that you can do. You can't control other people, you can't control the world, you can't control any of that stuff, which is why you need to have that inner strength, inner peace, and inner chill, like the Queen of Pentacles right here. It's a pretty cool message. I liked it. I don't know about you, but so that was the first song. The second song is Louisville by Riley Buck. No, you will never be my home again. Letting others go even when it is hard. Ooh, okay. Cutting the cord in relationships. Okay, we got 2 for here. Realizing the pain someone keeps causing you. Oh, we got 3. All right. Unhealthy dependency. And loser friends that won't help themselves. Let's see where this is going. Already the first thing I got here is that, especially if you are kind of on this spiritual life purpose, like putting in the work, like you're kind of head down and in the zone right now. And if you are in that first song's world scope, mood, whatever, you may be noticing little things now. Maybe little things that you didn't really notice before because you were just, you know, not overly concerned or not overly, almost like you weren't as laser focused on something. Because I noticed as well that the minute that you start really getting into something, or you really start, you know, buckling down and really actually really going for your goals, it kind of feels like, just a second, I feel like there's like a breeze or something. Huh. No. I do hear my cat snoring. Anyways, it feels like once you're like I said, once you're really focused on something, everything else feels like a distraction. And yes, we all have distractions in our life. What someone who's really focused can't stand is unnecessary distractions, unnecessary drama, unnecessary, you know, like someone just really, oh, you're not focused on me right now. I need attention. Here, let me, you know, wave around until you stop doing what you're focused on and look at me, you know. And it may be nothing. It may just be like, what is going on? Why can't you fix this yourself? This is a lame ass problem. What are you doing? You know, that kind of a situation. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. And some of this they may be trying to glob onto your energy. There is a little bit of this about when someone is on the up and up, or when someone's on like a nice, easy progression, it's really easy for others to confuse us. And I get that a lot with the Two of Swords, of where you're so focused on something, maybe you miss parts of a conversation. They're like, wait, what? You know, even as little as that. But it feels more like as a you know, in your mind you need to stay focused, but you also are drawn, you know, emotionally to all of these other things at the same time. And so you kind of have a war with your heart and your mind about, you know, is this something that I need to stop my focus over here so that I can attend to someone else's problems, someone else's emotions? Do I need to listen to them right now? Is this like something important? But it feels like it is actually an opportunity for you to actually grow, because this first song had all these pentacles in it, and it almost feels like maybe these relationships no longer serve you. If the minute that you're doing really good, they try to pull you into like lower vibe energy, maybe you guys aren't on the same path anymore. Maybe you guys maybe it's time for you guys to, you know, spend a little bit more time apart, because it feels like you need to have very secure, grounded, and understanding relationships right now. And I notice, like, I see the two hands together, but they're two hands that are for the same purpose or for the same goal. Like, they see your opportunities as amazing because, oh, look, it's going to help you. Not someone who's like, oh, that's your opportunity. Here, let me have it. Like, let me take it. It's kind of that kind of weird energy. Kind of like before of like, you're not paying enough attention to me here. Okay, let me tell you all about my drama right now because it's more important than whatever you're doing, that silly stuff you're doing. This kind of feels like people not being on the same page and very much just in different headspaces or different mindsets. And it's really hard, especially like if it's someone that you grew up with or someone that you've been friends with for a really long time. I don't know why my words came out like that. Or maybe it's a coworker that you've been working together with for a really long time and you're just tired of the same conversations and the same complaints and the same issues. And you're just like, is this all that the rest of my life is going to be? You kind of just keep me in this blah zone of where if I'm like, let's not talk about this right now. Let's go, for a hike or let's go do this or, do you want to look at the project that I'm working on? And they're like, what? Like, because they're not in the same space. They're okay kind of wallowing in that cycle. They're kind of okay just doing the bare minimum. And it feels very much like you aren't. And it's really hard to separate from those because our emotions are involved. This feels like you need to have a conversation with yourself about, it feels like in your head that you may need to have a little bit of a separation. I'm not saying you have to break up with someone today or that you need to just tell some friend to, F off or something. That's not what I'm saying. But this is where you really need to figure out for yourself. And it almost looks like scales on the tattoo. Where is it at? I don't know if you can see it. There's almost like these little scales almost looking on her arm. I know it's the elements, but it feels very much like that first one again of where figure out where you are, not where you think you are or not where you were like 5 years ago. Like actually think about where these relationships are. Are they serving you? Are they encouraging you to move forward? Or do they just keep sucking you back in? Do they just keep dragging you down? Do they just keep taking your focus away from your own dreams and goals so that you focus on them and then this stuff waits? It kind of feels like if they're your real friends, they're not going to make you put your life on hold for something going on for them. Now, I know that there's situations of, like events that happen, but it's not a constant thing of where you're now having to decide, like, do I go out with my friends or do I finish writing this chapter of my book? Like it's kind of that kind of a situation. It also could be that someone is too dependent on you. Like someone needs your attention that much. That's an unbalanced relationship of when you're having to fill this person's tank up all the time because they can't naturally feed themselves. Kind of like that work friend I was talking about, like they just like wallowing in this in-between area of where they're not bad, but they're not good. But it's kind of like honestly being on the wheel of fortune itself. You're just like letting the wheel take you and you're just along for the ride rather than being focused, staying in the center of the wheel and working with it rather than against it. That's kind of the energy I got. Very interesting. The reason that the wheel came up, because that kind of looks like the Wheel of Fortune as well. So that's why I put that on there. All right. Last song is Water by Riot. Riot. Beautiful song, by the way. It's don't punish me for what I feel. Only you know your perspective. Your feelings are valid. Do what you must to care for yourself. No one has walked in your shoes or can judge your experience. Similar themes, but a little bit more personal. But yeah, kind of like these other ones here is that you might need to put yourself first. It's okay. You're not being selfish. You're not being mean. You're not, all of a sudden turning into someone who doesn't listen or hear or listen or hear. Those are the same things. Listen or, be there for your friends or your family or your partner or anything like this. But when it becomes a pattern, that's the issue. So this is about you putting yourself first because you deserve to be first in your own life. that, and don't let people shame you or guilt you, because you're like, no, I'm putting myself first. This is my life. This is the only one I got. I gotta do what I need to do to make me happy, because guess what? If I'm happy, then I can do all these other things. So that came up. There's another thing here about, I don't know where this message is coming through, of where you may feel that people don't understand you, or people are misinterpreting your side of things, or misrepresenting your side. I don't know if this is an argument. You know how like sometimes like couples will break up and then, all the friends have to decide what side they're going on. There's something here of where you're almost losing friends, or maybe you're losing family, or maybe you're losing a job or something because of a miscommunication of some part, or where everybody just listened to everybody else and nobody asked you what happened, or nobody asked you what your thoughts are. Something like that has come up, because yeah, you got the sun in reverse. It almost feels like, wait, what? No, it happened to me. Why is nobody coming to me? Why is everybody whispering about this or gossiping about this? It has that vibes to it. So I don't know who that's for, but that message came in through. It's probably only for a couple of you, but that came in. And this very much means that you need to go and be the light again. And if they don't want to hear it, that's okay. But at least you got your truth out. At least you said what you needed to say. And at least you set the record straight for yourself. Not saying that any of that's going to be repaired, or that you're going to get it back, or that it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows afterwards. But there are times when we as humans, whether anybody believes us or not, hears us or not, we need to hear ourselves say it so that we can sleep at night, or so that we can live with ourselves, and we can be like, I did everything I could to remedy this situation. It's their problem if they aren't going to listen, or if they're not going to believe me, if they're going to believe someone else over me, if they're going to do any of that stuff. It's kind of that kind of energy. So that was one thing. But yeah, interesting enough. But then you got the Judgment. This may be a little bit of like, if that's the sort of situation that happened, it may be the right thing to leave behind and move on to your new life, or move on to your new relationship, or move on to your new friendship, or move on to your new job, whatever this is, because it feels like, and this actually plays into the other songs too, like she's freeing herself and liberating herself from the things that are holding her back, things that are keeping her low vibe, things that make her think negative thoughts about herself, or anything like that. This is not gender specific. It's a girl on the card. It's a beautiful card of where she is letting herself free from these limiting beliefs, or these people that are trying to keep them down. Yeah. And she's embracing, can't even hold it. She's embracing what real love is. Real love is acceptance, appreciation, devotion. And like I said, the Lover's card can a lot of times be about you and your higher self, you and your path, you choosing yourself first, you doing things for you first so that you can love others better. Because if you can't love yourself, how are you supposed to love someone else? Or if you can't talk kindly to yourself, how can you talk kindly to other people? Because it feels very much like this last song, but all of them together are turning into a full story. So I hope you listen to all three. But this almost feels like an awakening almost for yourself, realizing how amazing you are, realizing the power of your voice, realizing that your goals and your focused are manifesting. You just need to stay on point and focused. And if it's someone that's holding you back, or if there's, people with drama that are trying to deter you from what your goals and dreams are, it may be okay to cut them loose. It may be okay to get some distance. It may be okay not to worry whether they approve of what you're doing or not, because you approve of it. Like I said at the beginning, it's your dream. You love it first. You believe it first. Others will follow. And if they don't follow, maybe they're not the right people for you. And the last one, don't punish me for what I feel. You're going through something right now. You are really striving and focused and going for your dreams and your goals. There's nothing wrong with being, like I said, laser focused on this because it's for you. You deserve to do things for you, whether other people are involved or not. This is something that you love, that you want, that you need. And this is you completely creating your own reality and moving into it. Say, this was my old reality. This is my new one. And you're using the I am there type of words, or you're seeing it in your mind's eye ahead of time. Like, that's me. I'm there. I am present. This has happened. This is happening now. I can be there now. It's kind of that whole idea. And you don't need someone else to tell you that. Unfortunately, human beings are very selfish people, and they think that their ideas, thoughts, needs, emotions are the only ones that matter. And this feels very much like it's okay for you to be like, it's okay for my thoughts, feelings, ideas to matter too. So I'm doing this because I want this new reality. This is what I want. This is what I need. And it looks like you're almost there. You got the 10 of Wands. Keep pushing. Don't lose that spark. Don't lose that drive. Don't lose that ambition. Whatever this is, keep pushing forward. Yeah. You got the Hierophant. This is you ascending. This is you making the next steps in your journey, in your spiritual journey, in your physical journey, in your personal, emotional life journey. This is you. And it's literally, steps going up. Stay focused. Stay in your heart space. Stay in your intuition. It's an amazing message. I really hope that this is helpful. Let me see. Is there any other cards that came out? Yeah. You got the 3 of Swords. Don't let doubts. Don't let past hurts. Don't let past failures or past difficulties affect your new one, the one that you're envisioning, the one that you're manifesting, the one that you're pointing to. Stay looking forward. Stay looking forward. Don't look back. Be in the present and forward. Back. You've already learned these lessons. You've already felt it. You've already let it break your heart. You've already dealt with it. You've grieved it. You've done all these things. This feels like you are ready to let it go. This may be why even on the Louisville song, the Riley Buck, cutting cords, you may need to finally not let the past into the present or the future any longer. This is you just finally just being like, it's done. It's over with. I can't change it. What can I learn from it? And how do I do that moving forward? That's the last message that they gave me. So I hope that resonated with you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to put a comment down below. If you want to do all the YouTube things, do all the YouTube thingies. And I will put all these songs down in the description so you guys can listen to them. I recommend headphones and kind of use it as a meditation. Pull up the lyrics on your phone or something and really get into them. It really helps kind of solidify the tarot reading for you, because it may just be something, like right now, maybe like, well, none of this resonates with me, but maybe, next week, all of a sudden you're like, oh, now this song is really speaking to me, So I will go ahead and put those in there. If you guys want, you can check me out on my TikTok, Mama Lou Tarot there. And if you are interested in the mixtape oracle, like I said, just email me at mamaloutarot@gmail.com. And I'll put you on the wait list for that. All right. I love you guys very much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.